What if I told you that one of the worst crashes in history wasn't caused by mechanical failure or bad weather? What if I told you it was due to something much more sinister, something that could happen again? Today we're diving into the terrifying secrets of the worst crashes, tragic events that changed aviation forever. Join me as we uncover the shocking truth behind these disasters and explore the lessons we can learn to ensure they never happen again. FedEx 1432 and Southwest 708. Did you hear about the situation involving FedEx 1432 and Southwest 708 at Austin Airport? Last year, a dramatic incident unfolded at Austin Bergstrom International Airport, involving a FedEx cargo plane and a Southwest Airlines flight bound for Cancun, Mexico. The FedEx plane was cleared to land on runway 18 left, while the Southwest flight was cleared for takeoff on the same runway. The air traffic controller issued simultaneous clearances to both flights, a common practice as long as there is enough separation between arriving and departing aircraft. As the FedEx plane approached for landing, the pilot radioed the tower to confirm clearance, apparently aware that the Southwest flight was still on the runway. The controller confirmed the clearance and informed the FedEx pilot of the departing traffic, a Boeing 737. Moments later, the controller realized that the Southwest flight was slow to move and asked the pilot to confirm if they were rolling for takeoff. The Southwest pilot responded that they were rolling. At this point, the FedEx pilot, realizing the imminent danger, radioed the Southwest flight to abort their takeoff, but the Southwest pilot had likely already reached the V1 speed, the point at which they are committed to takeoff and cannot safely abort. The Southwest flight proceeded with takeoff, while the FedEx plane initiated a go-around, climbing away from the runway to avoid a collision. Data from flight radar shows that the FedEx plane flew over the Southwest plane at an altitude of 75 feet, while the Southwest plane was only 4 feet above the ground, potentially bringing them within 71 feet of each other. The FedEx plane then climbed to 3,000 feet and was instructed to turn left heading 080, while the Southwest flight was instructed to turn left heading 170. The incident was described by the National Transportation Safety Board as a possible runway incursion and overflight involving airplanes from Southwest Airlines and FedEx. The FedEx plane was vectored back to the airport for a safe landing, and the controller apologized to the pilot, acknowledging their professionalism in handling the situation. American Airlines Flight 106 and Delta Airlines Flight 1943. Did you hear about the scary moment at JFK Airport involving American Airlines Flight 106 and Delta Airlines Flight 1943? Last year, an American Airlines plane taxiing at New York's JFK Airport crossed the wrong runway, heading into the path of a Delta Airlines jetliner taking off. The captain became distracted and confused about takeoff instructions, while the co-pilot lost track of their plane's location. A sharp-eyed air traffic controller shouted at the Delta pilots to abort their takeoff, averting disaster. The incident was part of a series of close calls at U.S. airports that prompted a safety summit by the Federal Aviation Administration. The American Airlines Boeing 777 was initially planning to take off from runway 31L, but later received instructions to taxi across 31L and depart from runway 4L. However, the pilots misunderstood and crossed runway 4L just as a Delta Boeing 737 began its takeoff roll down the same runway. The captain realized the mistake when he saw the red runway lights turn on, indicating it was unsafe to be on the runway. He added power to speed across, while the co-pilot was aware they were supposed to cross runway 31L, but didn't realize they were approaching runway 4L. The third person in the cockpit was distracted and didn't know the plane's position. The Delta pilots were able to brake to a stop, and the planes were never closer than about 1,000 feet apart. The American crew was warned about a possible pilot deviation and instructed to call a phone number, which the captain did. After a delay, they took off for London, this time on the correct runway. The cockpit voice recording from inside the American plane was taped over during the flight to London, and the pilots refused to be interviewed by investigators, citing union advice. The incident renewed recommendations for better preservation of cockpit voice recordings. The FAA announced it would propose that recordings not be overwritten for 25 hours, but only on new planes. Air Canada Flight 759. Did you hear about the scary moment when Air Canada Flight 759 was about to land at San Francisco International Airport? On July 7, 2017, Air Canada Flight 759, an Airbus A320-211, was approaching San Francisco International Airport from Toronto Pearson International Airport. The flight was cleared to land on runway 28R, but instead it lined up with taxiway C, which ran parallel to the runway and was occupied by 4 fully loaded passenger airplanes waiting for takeoff clearance. The Air Canada flight crew initiated a go-around just before landing and safely landed on the correct runway afterward. The incident occurred at night, and the NTSB investigation revealed that the Air Canada plane descended to 59 feet above the ground, before climbing and narrowly avoiding a collision with one of the planes on the taxiway. The NTSB determined that the probable cause of the incident was the flight crew's confusion, mistaking the taxiway for the runway. Contributing factors included the crew's failure to use the instrument landing system and pilot fatigue. The incident was deemed a near disaster, as 5 airplanes and over 1,000 passengers were at risk of a catastrophic collision. The air traffic controller played a crucial role in averting the disaster by ordering the Delta Airlines flight on the taxiway to abort its takeoff. The incident raised concerns about pilot training, airport procedures, and air traffic control practices. The Air Canada flight crew's actions and the subsequent investigation underscore the critical importance of clear communication, adherence to procedures, and vigilance in ensuring the safety of air travel. What are your thoughts on the secrets we've uncovered today? Do you think there are other hidden stories in aviation history? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video informative, please give it a like and share it with others who might be interested. Don't forget to subscribe for more intriguing content. Thank you for watching.